We all commute, whether it be by bus, train, biking, or walking. We're all busy people just trying to get to our destination peacefully. However, there is one group who feels unsafe and uncomfortable when they commute on the streets. This is due to street harassment. In a recent 2008 online survey, over 99% of women responded yes to having experienced some form of street harassment. This included leering and honking, whistling, sexist comments, making vulgar gestures, saying sexually explicit comments, kissing noises, following, blocking their path, sexually touching and grabbing them, masturbating, and assault. It's pretty rare to find a woman who hasn't experienced some form of street harassment. We've all been there.
Hey, Bryce! You know you'd be a lot prettier if you smiled.
Yeah, where are you walking, sweet cheeks? Why don't you take a load off? Sit on my face, dude. Fuck you, bitch!
That's the one that kept following me for 45 minutes.
No matter where Waleed goes, the man follows. When Waleed ignores his plea for a date, the man gets aggressive.
What I'm saying is that he's wrong, and that the reality is that a lot of women, when we leave the house, we are not looking for compliments.
If you don't like it as a woman, turn around and tell them to shut up. Stand up for yourself. Act like a strong woman.
Because that doesn't get you killed, right? Because a woman got killed for doing that the other day in Detroit, actually. So you, sir, do not know what you're talking about.
Then carry a gun.
And you really...
There is nothing more that a woman loves to hear than how pretty she is.
Not sure that's true. To explore this further, I've interviewed 3 college students.
Yeah, so mainly what it is for me is it's when I'm running. It's not necessarily sexual harassment, but like if I'm running or walking down the street, I've had people like slow down their car and like turn around, or they'll like honk or like scream something, and it's like, it's kind of annoying, but I mean, sometimes it makes me feel like, oh, I look good, but then like kind of when you step back and think about it, it's like, really, like you're gonna objectify me, or just kind of like you're gonna, I feel like it's just like you yell at a dog or something, and it's kind of like, okay, like keep driving, like knock it off.
Yes, I actually have experienced a lot of catcalling. I think it's kind of rare the day that I don't get catcalled. It's just something that just happens so regularly, for not just for me, but for women everywhere. Just over the summer, I work as a lifeguard, and so like I'm like in shorts and shirt, you know, just t-shirt, regular uniform over my swimsuit, and I'll be like riding my bike or something to work, and then there you go, 5 different old men catcalling me. Rude comments that just make me so uncomfortable. I don't even want to go outside after that. It's a lot. A lot of times as well, I'm like waiting for the bus, and that's usually when I get catcalled the most, you know, like, because I guess people see somebody waiting by the bus stop and they feel the need to make rude comments that make them feel uncomfortable. Like you get the really cliche ones, hey baby, hey, you know, all that stuff, and then you get the really inappropriate ones that I don't think I should say, but it's scary. It really is.
I think it depends on the area. Like River Forest, I know it's a really safe area, so if I have to walk back from here to where I live at the Priory, it's like I'm fine with it. I mean, it's not preferable, but I know that it's a safe area. Like if I were walking in the city, I don't think I'd feel safe, or even if I were walking back home in Crystal Lake, it's just a different environment, and you know, it's just, you always have that like worry that something's gonna happen because there's not a lot of people around at night, so yeah.
No, not at all. Never, ever, ever. Even if I have to walk 2 blocks home, I'm just really like always really paranoid, looking over my shoulder every 5 minutes, you know. I have to, usually when I'm walking home or something at night, I have to call somebody up to make sure that if something happens to me, somebody knows. I use my phone. I call somebody just to make sure that somebody's like there, aware of what I'm doing at that time. I have a rape whistle. I just little things, you know, my keys. You know, they have that trick of putting them in between your fingers and just punch somebody if something ever happens. Just anything to really just be able to protect myself if something were to happen.
But yeah, I do feel unsafe, and I get nervous when it's in the evening, walking, even just from my car to someplace in the dark. I'm a little like, and it's relatively a short distance, but you can kind of feel like there's no, you know, like I'm not in my car and I'm not at my destination. Yeah, you know, you feel a little unsafe, especially when it's in the evening. What I really do is I kind of build a face. Like I kind of tense up and kind of hold my bag with me with such, kind of like with firm, and then I kind of like as if I'm ready to like either run or like throw my bag at the person and then run. But I feel like my guard is up a bit more, and I kind of, in my mind, I kind of shoot like a quick prayer like, oh, well, if this is gonna happen, give me the strength and the speed to like run away.
I guess I would probably call my mom or something, so I have her on the phone while I'm walking the whole time. So that way, like, I'm talking to somebody, I'm communicating with somebody, so they know, like, if something happened, like, they'd be there, and it just makes me feel like there's somebody there with me. I also have a rape whistle that my mom bought me just to carry with me, you know, for emergencies, because you want people to hear you. Yeah, and I always, like, turn around when I'm walking to make sure there's nobody behind me, and I check my surroundings. I would say that, you know, in their head they might think, oh, it's flattering, or oh, it's just fun, but really it makes women feel insecure and unsafe because we're worried, oh, or is that person a predator? Like, we're not thinking, oh, they're flirting with me, or they like me. It's like, oh, they're gonna follow me or something like that. Like, it's not a safe thought that runs through our mind. It's always the worst case scenario.
It makes me feel uncomfortable and scared, and just makes me fear for my safety. I don't know if these guys are just catcalling just to be like, just for the attention, or if they're catcalling because they're like interested in like, hey, I want to like go like touch her or something. It's really scary. Like people dismiss it a lot of the time, but just it's something like if you have to go through it every single day, you get scared a lot. It's not a nice feeling to get catcalled. It makes you feel, it's degrading. It's something that you really shouldn't do. That's so disrespectful to somebody, to anybody, men, women, anybody who gets catcalled. To people who think they're compliments, they're really not. They're really not. It makes you feel like you're a dog, you know, like they're trying to call you over. Like, that's not how you approach somebody. And like, even then, even if you are, oh, hey, like, you have a nice body, like, I'm sorry, you shouldn't be looking at me that way. Mind your own business, please. I'm trying to mind my own business. Like, they're basically just unwanted advances. It's not something that you want.
I think you need to read what a compliment is in a dictionary, because compliments aren't supposed to make someone feel uncomfortable, isn't supposed to ruin someone's day, isn't supposed to, like, for instance, when I know some people have to reroute their whole way getting to a certain supermarket, to school, to work, because there are guys who hang out there, and they catcall them, and that's not a compliment. A compliment should not have to change. Should not make someone feel uncomfortable. Should not make someone feel unsafe to the point where they have to like reroute or change their lifestyle.
Do you think it matters what the girl is wearing? Like, do you think that kind of determines, like, if you look at her like, oh, like, you know, like, I think I can catcall her or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
If
about
a girl's wearing something really revealing, obviously that's gonna get more people to do it to her. So, like,
it's all about what's inside, you know?
Oh my
has
God.
nothing to do with her, with what she looks. Oh, it's inside.
So you don't think it matters? Like if she's even wearing sweatpants, you would still catcall her?
He's lying.
No, I would not. I'll probably stare, but I wouldn't. I would not.
You can see the butt.
I would not.
Do you think it matters what a woman is wearing? Do you think that determines whether or not you catcall her or not?
I mean, if she's pretty, then you know. But like, I think you're more likely to get catcalled if you're wearing something revealing.
Kevin.
Why?
Because it's like it's out there. It's like
You're putting yourself
you could
out
see.
there.
Yeah.
You're putting yourself out there, like to kind of like not saying like she's trying to get people to look at her, but it's like that's kind of what it seems like.
No,
when like a girl's wearing like a shirt that's like only covering her boobs and like half her ass is hanging out, that's just like screaming, hey, look, I'm revealing everything.
I mean, yeah, some girls do try, you know. They just want attention, you know. And we give it to them because we're guys, you know.
So
we do.
You give it to them.
So you think if a woman's kind of revealing her body, if she's kind of like secure or feels like confident in her body, you guys have the right to comment on it?
No, we do not.
But you still do it.
Yeah.
But you still do
Because
it.
we're men.
They do it.
You do it too.
I didn't.
We're ignorant,
catcall
basically.
anyone. I've never catcalled anybody in my life. Never. I swear.
Look, it's just male nature to do it. It's just male nature to do
It's
it.
your nature, not.
That I don't.
You do it too.
I've never done it.
No, I really don't think how anyone dresses, because it's not even how you dress. You shouldn't treat any individual that way. I really do not like the excuse where she was wearing that, so X, Y, and Z, she deserved it.
I mean, I guess it depends on the person and the situation. I feel like obviously, you know, if a woman is dressed very, I don't even want to say provocatively because, you know, it's just the way she dresses. We shouldn't put a label on it like that. But, you know, if she's dressed very formally or like in nice heels and stuff, I feel like men tend to turn their heads more. But I've also experienced it like lots of times where I'm like all sweaty and in my gym clothes or like I just feel disgusting and they still do it. So I just feel like regardless of what you look like, they see a woman and they holler.
It absolutely does not matter what you're wearing. A woman can get catcalled, a person can get catcalled, whether you're wearing a sports bra and short shorts or a baggy t-shirt and really baggy sweatpants. People don't care. They're gonna catcall you no matter what, you know? Like if somebody sees somebody walking down the street and like they feel the need to catcall, they're gonna do it no matter what they're wearing.
Let's get some guys' perspective on the issue. Have you ever catcalled anyone?
Yeah.
What have you told them?
I say, hey baby, have you had your asshole licked by a white boy in a uniform?
Why did you do that?
Because I saw it in a movie.
How do you think it makes her feel?
Appreciated.
So you think you're giving her a compliment by basically pointing out her body?
I mean, I know that she's not going to take it as a compliment, but I mean it as a compliment. And I also did it to be funny because my friend was there.
So do you think that guys tend to do it when there's other guys around?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
To be funny.
So if a girl told you like, I don't like this, you make me uncomfortable, like if you knew that you were making them uncomfortable,
Then I'd apologize, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually really nice and I'm sensitive to other people's feelings.
Okay. Have you catcalled it recently?
Oh no, I did that when I was like 13. I've matured.
Have you catcalled somebody before?
Yeah, once in a while.
What have you said to them?
Like, hey, or like I just call them over, like, hey, what's up? But I don't say like anything like, oh, you look sexy today, or like, nah, just like, oh, you look good, or anything.
How do you think it makes them feel?
I mean, in a way, if it was me, I'd like to get complimented once in a while, or complimented once in a while. But I mean, sometimes if dudes take it overboard, I mean, that's not cool with me.
you think you're giving them a compliment?
Yeah, in a way, if I tell some girl, oh, you look beautiful today, I mean, I wouldn't consider it calling. I'd consider just giving her a compliment, like she's looking good today.
What if you were aware that, you know, if she's like, that makes me uncomfortable, like, don't comment on my body, don't, like, it's unnecessary, would you, if you knew that, would you still make the comment?
No, of course not. I mean, if it's making her feel uncomfortable, then I'll stop. I'll be like, all right, I'm sorry. I just want to let you know that you look good today, because some girls actually do like that. I mean, not probably the way that other men say it to them, but I mean, if it was me, I'd be like, hey, you look nice today or something, you know? Like, I've gotten called like, oh, I like your outfit today, or like, oh, you smell good today. And I like that. I mean, I like other feels the same way.
So you think just approaching them nicely is
like,
good?
Out of nowhere and like, oh, you look good today. Like, no, you wouldn't come out of nowhere and be all like, oh, you look really sexy today. No, you just like, hey, I just want to let you know you look really good today, or really nice, or something. I don't know, compliment them on their shoes or what they're wearing, their outfit.
Have you catcalled someone before?
Absolutely never.
Why not?
Because I've never needed to. I've never never understood the point of it. Never, I believe it's a waste of time and it's inappropriate, completely inappropriate.
So you can understand that it would make someone feel very uncomfortable and, you know, even unsafe?
Yes, ma'am. It doesn't matter what sex you are, catcalling and things like that, it goes both ways. So yes, it would make anybody feel awkward or anybody feel unsafe. Yeah.
I mean, I think that women should be, I think it sucks that women have to be aware of it, but I think that they should be aware of it just because they know, like, it's happened for years, it's going to happen. It's unfortunate, but it's going to happen, so they have to be aware and they have to fight for it. If it's something that they want that badly, they have to fight for it, you know, and promote awareness, because obviously not a lot of men are going to do it if they're the ones that are catcalling. But I think we definitely need more men who are going to promote, like, awareness of this, because we need to, instead of just, you know, informing the public on the issue, we need to have the people who are committing like the errors of the ones doing the harm. We need them to start making the changes, because otherwise, like, nothing's going to happen. Like, you can inform people and tell them information on why it's bad all you want and say, you know, you need to stop doing this, but unless you have a change in, like, attitude and perspective from the people who are actually doing it, I don't think that a lot of change is going to happen.
So I know you think it's just a harmless, you know, comment, but it could lead to so many bigger issues. And if we can stop it now, if we can address it now before it gets, even though, you know, there have been instances, but before it gets anywhere, I don't know where it'd go. I feel like it's already bad. You know, we should really address that. We should really respect it as well. It shouldn't be something disregarded. I think it's a serious issue. And I'm not just saying this because I'm a girl. I'm saying this for both men and for women.
I do not believe that this is a problem only for women. Absolutely not. You should start, if anything, you should stop trying to teach women how to protect themselves and start teaching men and boys to stop trying to offend women on the street, to stop trying to hurt them. Instead of teaching women to protect themselves, you should teach men to not want to hurt somebody. It's something so simple. It's just all about respect. We just need to learn how to respect each other.